So in this first presentation today, I'd like to focus on how AI can augment and elevate the performance of your human agents in the contact center. So at Quiq, our mission is to help brands just like yourself to deliver the perfect blend of AI and human expertise. When you're engaging your customers, whether that's customer service, sales, or any use case. But first, I'd like to start with a quote before we talk more about Quiq. Our founder and CEO, Mike Meyer, was recently at an investor conference just a few weeks ago. Billions of dollars of investor money, PE and VC in various aspects of the SaaS industry and AI. And a very successful investor took the stage and said, despite all the talk about AI, the ROI for the enterprise is still unproven. Then he went on to say, well, except when it comes to AI-powered coding tools. And what he means is using LLMs to actually write code to deliver software. And then he paused, oh, and of course, and also customer experience. And at Quiq, we totally agree with this sentiment that CX is the single largest opportunity for AI right now, even more than the coding side. But of course, your C-suite knows this too, hence the pressure to use AI in everything and get it out into the wild and scale it right now. So, how much is this opportunity that AI provides worth? I think this simple slide really introduces all the key areas of where the returns come from. Those have been in the industry a long time, 25 plus years for myself. The majority of our career has been before AI. And there, if you were a large contact center, and this applies if you're much, much smaller or larger, the numbers don't really matter, the principles apply. But let's say you're a large contact center with 5 million customer interactions a year. That will cost you 26 million to service that opportunity if the cost per issue resolution by your humans was £5 an issue. And then, of course, you would have to pay your vendor, like Quiq, a conversation or a usage fee, 20 pence in this case. Straightforward maths. The more you needed to do, the more people you needed. Of course, in the world we live in now, with AI, then there are two real strands where you can now engage your customers. You still have the vendor conversation fee, 20 pence, but now AI often is the front line and can resolve the majority of customer issues, 60% in this example. And we have customers doing this. Now, of course, we're going to talk about the human side today, but this AI resolution side, typically, again, a vendor would charge a fee because you don't have a human cost here. So 45 pence to resolve rather than £5.20. But of course, a number of conversations will be escalated to a human. And of course, they should. We believe in that blending of AI and humans at Quiq, as I mentioned. But when those conversations are escalated, then the use of AI to augment your humans can drive a further 25% efficiency gain, dropping that £5 down to 3.75. The combination of AI resolved and AI assisted leads that 26 million to be reduced to 9.25. A healthy saving. So I want to dig in specifically now to how can we make the human agents more efficient and more effective. So who is Quiq? Well, Quiq is the only customer engagement platform that's been specifically built for the modern async messaging era we live in, whether that's using WhatsApp, other channels like Apple Messages, Instagram. But more than this, Quiq seamlessly combines humans and AI on these channels in a way that AI-only vendors just simply can't. So if we start with the customer at the center of the experience, typically AI is the front line, as we know. The customer will engage with an AI agent who will look to understand and try to resolve that customer issue, whether it's on the messaging channels I mentioned, but Quiq provides AI on voice and email too. So build a customer journey experience once, use across every channel. But not all of your conversations will be resolved by AI, and nor should they, as we believe at Quiq. So when a human is escalated to a human, then the human agent will use the Quiq agent console or embed it into Salesforce or Oracle, for example, and then we'll continue with the conversation augmented by AI. So how would this look? Let's focus on three examples specifically here to bring this to life. The first is with Accor hotels. And what you see on screen here is again the Quiq human agent console and a conversation happening between a customer and a human agent. In this case, somebody looking to book a 2-day stay in Paris. So in the right side panel app, the AI is following the conversation, whether that's in WhatsApp or web chat or any channel. It's following the conversation and surfacing the right information to support the human agent in helping this customer to find and book an appropriate hotel. But more than just finding and surfacing location and dates, to be truly useful, the AI needs to understand, well, okay, these are the needs set out by the customer. What hotel rooms specifically fulfill these needs? And more than that, what's available on these dates? So the AI can check the booking system, it can check the information around the hotel and provide suggestions to the human agent that they can put into a nice carousel. If you've used messaging, you'll know these sort of visual cues where you can provide maybe a choice of 3 hotel rooms where the customer can swipe between them on their phone. In our second example here for Panasonic Europe, we're looking at helping customers maybe around product support. So the first graphic on the left here is all around a customer maybe navigating to the website to try to find the answer to maybe how to reset their TV. Modern TVs in a lot of software on there. And we're surfacing what we call the Quiq widget. Again, live chat, but asynchronous. You could choose any channel within here. Typically, we surface WhatsApp and async web chat. The customer will engage, and again, AI is the front line. So as a concierge, the AI will look to understand what you as the customer are looking to do and to surface suggestions to help get you to the right human agent. The human agent in this case, the Quiq console is embedded into Oracle Service Cloud. The human agent will again look to take the customer through a flow, maybe around troubleshooting their TV. The side panel app in this case we're showing as a floating window, which of course it can be. So whether you're a messaging agent working in the console within Oracle Service Cloud or a voice agent or indeed an email agent, the AI can follow the conversation and surface the right information. But AI assistants are far more useful than that. They can not only surface the right troubleshooting guide, but they can then distill that information down into a response relevant to the channel, whether you're sending that back on WhatsApp or indeed an email response. So again, the agent's not thinking about how they have to sort of manipulate this data. They can focus on helping the customer. And this has very much led to not only customer SAT and NPS increasing, but agent NPS increasing by 23 points. Now, in our last example, with the last few seconds I have, I wanted to really focus that these AI assistants aren't only limited to the contact center, but can be there to support all of your employees. So the case with Tappy Carpets, their AI assistant is supporting agents in the contact center, but also maybe retail staff in a store. And these assistants can have great personality. They've created a really nice dog-based personality at Tappy called Barkley. So the great thing with Barkley is he is awesome at digging up and fetching all the right answers. So if a customer asks, a question that maybe you've never had before, like how are your carpets tested for durability? Through the interface of choice, you can ask Barkley, he can surface the right information, and you can help the customer directly. So I hope you'll find that these different examples really show how AI can augment, not replace, your agents.
Great presentation. Really enjoyed that. First question is, I think if one is imagining that I am a sort of contact center leader, could I launch an AI assistant to help elevate my human agents without needing to launch an agent or chatbot on my website?
Yeah, great question, actually. Yes, as you can imagine, the answer is yes. In fact, that's what Panasonic in that example I just showed did. Quite often, putting agentic AI, any form of generative AI on your website, often for big global brands like we work with, is it's a difficult process to get that approved. So it's a great place to start with AI assisting your humans, and it's also a great place to sort of know what sort of questions you're going to get. And how, as Connect was touching on, how your data, your information, how structured that is and how it flows. So definitely you can. Tappy, as we saw there, have really loved how Barclay, is being used by all the employees. So really focused on expanding that out to everyone, and haven't put AI on the website yet. But probably on the flip side of that, also Accor hotels, just to use the examples I was covering, they very much wanted to put an AI agent on the website much further into the work with us. I've been working with them for about 6 months, but actually sort of changed their mind and really wanted to get an AI agent on the website very quickly when they saw how useful the human agents were finding it. So totally down to any brand here to sort of decide. The two things are very independent, but are often using the same knowledge set. So if you've built the AI assistant, human agents are loving it, then it's going to be much quicker to get it out on the website. And the same is true vice versa.
And a follow-on question from that, which I think is something which a lot of contact center leaders are dealing with if they're in the stages of planning or implementing AI in their contact center, especially if it's customer facing AI. The question is sort of, have the human agents welcomed, in your experience, welcomed the new AI assistants, or do they find it threatening to their roles?
Yeah, I think this is the key question, isn't it? Because no doubt AI it's here to stay and it's changed everything, but doesn't necessarily mean as humans we like it interfering in how we do things in our job. So I think, definitely the key here is to focus on the assistant, making the jobs of your human agents, easier, or removing friction. We've definitely seen, particularly at Panasonic again, that has given a massive spike in sort of agent satisfaction. It's a tough job being a human agent, and if you're having to sort of manipulate and swivel screen and all that stuff, that's really painful. So just trying to remove friction, then I think absolutely they love it. I think the key is not to be, and again, I've never been a contact center leader, I've been more on the software side, but having been to so many contact centers over the years, I think if you focus on trying to tell a contact center agent how to do their job, or they feel that this assistant is just sort of monitoring them and pestering them, then they'll sort of use it to the level they need to, but they won't truly be elevated from it. So yeah, we very much focus on getting that feedback from the human agent and making sure that, yes, suggestions there of how you might want to respond, but there is no downside to sort of ignoring that and just using the agent to sort of do all the mundane stuff. That's absolutely fine as well.
Brilliant. Thanks, Chris. If you're watching live, you can go to the polling function. You can request some more information from Chris or from Quiq. And if you're watching on demand, you'll see a link, an email link for Chris, so you can reach out directly, ask any questions, request more information. But for now, thank you very much, Chris and Quiq, for supporting this session.